Hi, I'm Ron Paulk, and this is part 2 of the Awesome Rolling Toolbox. I'm going to design the interior to carry my tools in an efficient way that they're readily accessible and that I have all the tools necessary when I get to the job. Now, I'm not new to this. This is my 8th trailer, I believe. I think I've had about 7 before this that I've built out at different levels, and each one I've refined a bit. There is a previous video that shows my last trailer, which was, I recall, the rolling toolbox. And then after that, I replaced it with a large F550 box truck, which was a mobile woodshop. And recently I sold that, going back to a trailer. I really like the truck. I like having the shop set up and just plug it in and it's ready to use in a matter of just a couple of minutes. Well, once I developed the total station, I found that the time it took me to set up closer to my work in the garage or inside the house, if it's a total remodel, the steps that I saved in setting that up and not going back and forth to the truck as much, that it was a no-brainer to set up and be closer to the work. And in addition, when you have a large truck like that, or at least in my case, I didn't drive it every day. I would take it to the job and I would leave it. And so I had a big diesel engine and I had insurance on it, and of course the license plates were more expensive than they are on a trailer. So I decided to go back to a trailer. A couple of advantages. One, it's obviously a lot less expensive. I have a pickup truck with, once I get to the job and drop the trailer off, I have a pickup truck to come and go pick up materials, make dump runs, and also to bring myself to and from without hauling all of the tools with me, burning more gas and like I would in the bigger truck. So again, not that one is better than the other, but in my case, having had both, liking both, there's always a compromise. And I just think measuring what I'm doing now and what we're planning on doing in the future in our construction business, that going with the trailer is right for us. These concepts can be used in a mobile wood shop, whether that's in a trailer or a large trailer or a truck. It can be used to detail out a trailer just to be just the perfect little rolling toolbox for whatever your trade or specialty is. They could also be used, and many people have used the designs from the mobile wood shop to build their shop in their home, in their garage, or even in a larger shop. The concepts work, they're scalable, everything is modular, and so you'll get to walk with me this time step by step through that process. And I hope that my experiences, my mistakes, I'm sure I'll make, the ones I've made in the past, hopefully I won't repeat. I'm sure I'll make a whole bunch of brand new ones. But I plan to take my time, work through it, perfect it. If I build something and it just doesn't work out, I'm going to take the time to pull it back out, take it apart, and build it right. So the trailer. I've owned 7 trailers before this one. This is number 8. I've owned Pace, I've owned Hallmark, I've owned Wells Cargo, Interstate, and a couple other brands. They've all been very similar. The standard trailers you'll find on most trailer lots, they're steel. Some are better quality than others. When I started searching this time, I feel like that maybe I'm going to use this one for a lot longer. Maybe this will be my last trailer. I hope so. It's a lot of work to do this, and so I would like to amortize that over the balance of my career. I knew this time that I did not want a steel frame trailer. I wanted all aluminum. It's going to cost more. I knew that. The materials are more expensive. But what I gain is a stronger trailer, more rigid. I always order a ramp door on my trailers. That's critical. I have had one barn door trailer and it was very inefficient. Well worth approximately $1,000 to add a ramp. It's a no-brainer for me. I wouldn't even consider a trailer with barn doors. Again, that's my needs and my experience. Take that with a grain of salt. You may find barn doors work better for you. The other advantage, of course, is corrosion. With aluminum, you're going to have less corrosion than with any painted steel or even galvanized. Probably the biggest advantage is that it's lighter. A comparable trailer, you can get a trailer that looks just like this in steel. A comparable trailer in this one, and this is a 7 7 feet wide by 14, and a comparable steel trailer will weigh approximately 800 pounds more. I still have two 3,500 pound axles, tandem axle. That's another criteria for me, is I do not want a single axle trailer. One, I want the weight, and they just tow a lot nicer. They track a lot better behind the truck. So again, corrosion, just rigidity, stability of it, and the weight is, three big things for me. And like I said, I knew I was going to pay a bit more, and roughly you can expect, if you're going to get an all aluminum trailer from a steel trailer, and of course it'll depend on the size. Obviously, the bigger, there's going to be more aluminum, so the cost differential may be greater. But in this size trailer, you can plan on about $1,500 more, $1,500 more to get the, you would save that much if you got this exact trailer in steel. Now, I've had steel trailers, like I mentioned, they've all been very good. And my last trailer, I had that for over 10 years, and I sold it and it was like new. So if budget is an issue, don't be afraid to go with a steel one. But if you can look at it long term, I think you're going to be happier with the weight and the durability of an aluminum trailer. So this trailer specific, it's an easy hauler, and that is the model. It's a cargo trailer, easy hauler cargo trailer, and the manufacturer is Mission. And I will put a link in the description of this video. When I roll this into the shop, it's a tool room. I just drop the ramp door down and leave it, and I come and go in and out of it and get out the tools I need. When I'm done, I put them back, and then when I need to go to a job, I just have to hook on the trailer and pull it out. So it's a mobile tool room, a mobile toolbox, a rolling toolbox, whatever you want to call it. The concept is really advantageous for the working contractor. So as I said, it's a 7 by 14, so it's 7 feet wide and 14 feet long. That measurement is to the rectangular part of the box. The front portion you see here, I like this. I prefer the V-nose fronts. They're better in towing, a little more fuel efficient, but they track down the road well because of the way, instead of having a flat front, and I've had those as well. These cut through the air better. This is free space. So if you buy a 7 by 14, this isn't, you're not losing the space. That's to here. So you got a little bit of extra space inside, and it is usable. You'll see how I use that as I develop this. And additionally, it doesn't make the trailer any longer. The tongue is as long as it needs to be for you to back up and jackknife the trailer. If it were a square nose, it would be cut across here, but the tongue would still go to where it is because you would need that space to jackknife to back up the trailer. In this case, because it's cut away, they're able to build right out over the tongue that you would have anyway. The whole frame is all aluminum bar, so it's all welded together, so it's very strong, and you don't have to worry as much about corrosion. I decided that I wanted to go 8 feet wide by 16 instead of 7 by 14. When I started shopping, I found this one on a lot that I got a little better deal in because it was inventory that they had. After I purchased it and got it home and I started thinking about it, I'm really glad that I went with a smaller one. It's going to challenge me to design my storage units and inside and put my tools in more efficiently. It's an easier trailer to move around. The narrower width, it's easier to see around the trailer when you're backing up and when you're going down the road. And the shorter length, of course, I lose a couple of feet, but again, it's just going to be more efficient. And I'm excited about that. I want to challenge myself to use every square inch, 3D, width, length, and height. Additionally, if I went with an 8-footer, the wheel wells would be inside the trailer. I'd still have that extra space above and on either side, but I would have to work around these in building my boxes. I've done that before. I've had wider trailers with the wheel wells inside. Not a big problem, but it is nice that all of the square footage inside the trailer is a flat surface and unobstructed. One of the other things is you'll notice you don't see any screws. A lot of, or in fact almost all the trailers are made where they screw the aluminum to the steel studs about every 8 inches or so. I'm a real fan of ramp doors. I think it's easier to access. I think it's more useful. When I'm working though, the garage door is up and then I just pull the ramp door down. And then and this is actually, it will be inside the garage then, and it gives me a little more rain protection. So again, you can see the framing of this it's all aluminum. A big 2x4 aluminum frame here. Underneath is also the same kind of framing as you see around here. Next up, I'll survey my tools and begin modeling up the design for the interior in SketchUp. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.